business exclusive to take us through Live Nation's upcoming life cycle. Am I right, Joe? I mean, Live Nation is Beyoncé's promoter for her upcoming Cowboy Carter tour. Tickets just went on sale. How are they trending? How do they look?
Well, thanks for having me on, Liz. Yeah, we're working with Beyoncé. We've been working with her for a long time. It's great to have her back out on the road and get the Beehive active again. Her shows are doing fantastic. They're selling through incredibly well from the front of the house to the upper rafters. I expect that all of her shows will be sold out by the time she takes the stage. Just another example of her incredible draw.
Do you think it could be bigger than the Eras tour?
Well, she's got to decide how many shows she wants to do. I think one of the challenges they have right now is there's so much demand. Some of these artists could be perpetually on the road and all the fans still couldn't get tickets to them. So it all comes down to just how many shows she ultimately decides she wants to do.
Well, listen, it's the gift that keeps on giving, for sure. You have the distinct disadvantage of having put out great numbers on the night before the day that we have a pretty significant sell-off. But be that as it may, tell me about the current quarter. How does the business trend at the moment? What does it look like? Can you glean anything about the rest of the year from what's happened so far?
No, absolutely. Our supply and demand dynamics are looking fantastic for this year. As you said, we've sold 65 million tickets for shows this year, which is up 10% from where we were at this point last year. If we look at artists that are touring this year and toured recently over the last 2 or 3 years, they're averaging over 10% growth in number of tickets sold, double-digit growth in revenue for their shows. And we're blessed with a 60% increase in our stadium volume this year, but we're seeing it top to bottom. Tickets sold for shows in our clubs, which account for over half of our shows, are up 14% so far this year. So we're really seeing strong demand from the smallest club show to the biggest stadium shows.
And some are kind of a surprise. The success of, say, Post Malone and Jelly Roll, they're going on an international tour. You know, I roll those names off like I know what I'm talking about, but actually I like Jelly Roll a lot. But if you look at certain acts, who could be the real rainmakers this year besides the obvious ones?
Yeah, absolutely. Post Malone and Jelly Roll are a great example. Neither of them have done stadiums before. Together, they're touring not just the U.S., which would have been the standard a few years ago, but truly a global act. And they'll be selling out stadiums throughout Europe. Expect they'll get to South America and Asia over time. So you'll see those sorts of incredible acts. But we've got a number of tremendous tours that we put on sale this year. You have another one like Lainey Wilson, who is doing gangbusters, well overdue, selling out arenas all over the country. You have Morgan Wallen selling out stadiums, Kendrick Lamar on stadiums. So you've got a wide range of artists. A lot of stadiums this year, but continuing to have as many arenas and amphitheaters as we've had the past few years.
And you're building arenas. You're not just filling the existing ones. You've got a big project in Hamilton up near Toronto where there isn't an arena. So you're opening it to that. But I do want to talk about pricing. You know, you enrage the lawnies. These are the people who bought the lawn passes for a lot of summer concerts, because you eliminated it. And it was a way for the average individual to buy a ticket for summer concerts at sort of a one-stop fee. And what are you going to replace it with? You made a promise, but people don't know yet. And is it going to be financially good for these people?
Yeah, I think that what we saw with the Lawn Pass was a small program. We wanted to focus more on some large programs, just given the scale of the number of the fans we try to serve. We thought we were better served with some promotions that gave all fans an opportunity to buy shows at a discounted price. So we're going to have later in this summer, we'll have a big sale. A lot of the shows will be available for fans to get tickets at a discounted price. But we've also learned it doesn't make sense to reduce pricing on our best product at the amphitheaters before the season even starts. We want to see which shows are selling well, and like everybody else, we'll have some lower prices for the shows that aren't selling as well, but we want to be a little more targeted while at the same time offering it to everybody out there who might be looking for that sort of deal.
Okay, as long as there's hope for the Lonnie crowd, because boy, you got some Twitter hate on eliminating that. Joe, you do have a headwind, and it's not even the elephant in the room. It's just there. The Department of Justice had filed a lawsuit, trying to break up Live Nation with from Ticketmaster. That was launched last May. It's in discovery. You don't have I guess, a court date until next year in March. But I know you've asked for the judge to drop it. We have a new administration coming in. And, you know, the argument is that you guys control the ticket prices. You control the venues. You control the artists. You know, people don't really understand how tickets are priced. The artist, you say, prices the ticket. Why are you getting all the hate then?
Yeah, I think this is an industry where, despite the fact that it's an everyday purchase for people, it is incredibly misunderstood. And there are a lot of things that can and should be done to make it more transparent. But to answer the specific question, the way a ticket will get priced is the artist will start with, what's the production I want? What's the show I want to put on? And as you've seen in the pictures that you have on the screen are showing, these are getting to be massive events. Yeah. These artists are hiring hundreds of people on stage and behind the stage to put on the production. And then every week they can spend millions of dollars on dozens of trucks bringing these shows from city to city. So they start by figuring out, what's the production? What's the cost of that production? How many shows am I doing? And therefore, what revenue do I need on each show? And remember, artists aren't making money on streaming anymore. They're selling records. They're getting a bit on streaming, but it's not replacing that income. So they need the live event to give them that income they need to live on. So they start with that number and they figure out, that's the revenue I need. Then every artist we talk to says the same thing. I want every fan to be able to afford a ticket to my show. So a stadium show, a Beyoncé that you have on the screen, she'll sell 5,000 tickets for every show at $75. She'll sell 14,000 tickets at $110
but you know,
or less.
That became the problem, Joe, with the Eras Tour, where bots swarmed the site. Yes. And took it over, grabbed them, and then sold them at quintuple the price. And you say that you put in some backstops for that, like double authentication. People have to be registered. Right. You know, Kid Rock, who always speaks his mind, was like, "Yeah, they say they've done this, but I'm still mad, and it's still a monopoly." I mean, what is your answer to that?
Yeah, we've done a lot. As you said, we've redone the on-sale process by introducing a registration to try to reduce the number of bots. We spend millions of dollars every year trying to stop bots. The reality is we also need help. It's a $10 billion industry. And as long as there's that much money at stake, people are going to find a way to cheat. So we need some enforcement of the Bots Act. We need to stop speculative tickets, which is the sale of tickets that don't even exist, that for some reason exists in ticketing. We need to stop deceptive URLs and other marketing that makes people think they're buying tickets from the artists when they're not. And I agree with Kid Rock. We need to give the artists way more control over how all of this happens. We are 100%. I don't know everything he wants to do, but I'll tell you right now, we will be 100% behind what he wants to do, because we agree that the artists should have a lot more control, should be taken away from the scalpers, and they should be empowered to give what they want to the fans at the deal they want to give them.
Boo, scalpers. They're just the worst. It's great to see you, Joe. Thank you for coming on in the wake of really significant earnings. We look forward to watching the Live Nation development story. It's really interesting. So please come back.
Thanks, Liz. I really appreciate it.